We're here at Miller's Ale House on a fabulous Wednesday night. Full house here tonight, Robert.
Full house. Hooty-hoo!
Hooty-hoo! My name's Chuck Burrs, and here with my co-host, Mr. Robert Kinney. We're going to be talking Owls Who Live Sports for the next hour.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. A lot of good things going on. Got a couple of cool guests on tonight from the ASUN Championship track team. And first, we're going to do a little recap of what's going on this week in KSU land.
I heard there was a baseball game that wasn't very close.
No, we kicked Clemson's tail one night, last Friday night.
We stepped on their tail.
Yeah. I think Will and Alyssa were there. I don't know if Jan went or not, but a couple of the people that are here went for an 18-1 victory.
Unbelievable.
For the Owls in Clemson. I heard the stadium was really nice.
If you just saw this side
nice.
of my face get brighter, that's because I messed up the only job I had before we started.
Larry turned on the tanning light. So,
I feel good now.
So we're ready to go. But, yeah, good things going on at KSU. We did drop 2 out of 3 to Clemson, but we did win the one big one, and they are the number 10 program in the country. So
I would venture to say we're the number 10 team.
Yeah, I would say if you lose.
I don't know when KSU shows up and beats you that bad. I think you might drop in the polls a little bit.
Might drop a tad. Yeah. Baseball's a long season.
Weird sport. Awesome long season.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. While Robert's looking up other things that happened this week, we want to make sure that we mention the Owls Collective Golf Tournament, which is what we're all about, helping to raise money for the Owls Collective and for these NIL fabulous athletes to keep them here at KSU so they don't go running off to UCF or anywhere, Rutgers up in Jersey or anything like that. So
not that we have anything wrong with Jersey at this point, just because there might be somebody from Jersey on the show, but he has cut all of his ties to Jersey. He is a Southern man through and through.
He said, "I'm going Piscataway, and I'm going south."
Piscataway.
I'm going Piscataway. Not that away, but Piscataway.
So, basketball's down to crunch time.
Playoffs, right?
Playoffs? But I believe we have to win this last game.
Yeah, both against Queens, right?
Correct. It's us or Queens. Whoever wins this last game is going to get the last spot in the ASUN bracket. And, of course, that's not exactly a advantageous position to be in, as we will have to travel to number 1.
Which is Eastern Kentucky, right?
Which is really funny because I remember sitting in the same seat, being as smart as I am currently, and looking at it when the season started. They had such a horrible out-of-conference record. And, they started off like 2-0 in the conference. It's like, well, surely they've been playing, because, no, that's they played a pretty tough schedule.
Yep.
And, they appear to be the real deal. But, in the ASUN, only one team gets to make it, probably.
Yeah, there are not going to be any at-large bids in the ASUN. It will be the championship, and that will probably be it. Speaking of champions, don't forget the Owls Collective Golf Tournament at Dogwood Golf Club on June 10th. Mr. Carrick Martin is a frequent guest here of the show, and actually the reason for this show. So we thank Carrick for being a part of that. We want you to come out and support the Owls and play in the golf tournament. We're going to broadcast live from there and play and have a table and tent and something, sponsor a hole.
A table and a tent. And
we're going to do something.
We'll do all sorts of cool stuff.
We're going to have a good time at Dogwood Golf Club.
Larry might even be swinging for your foursome when it comes up. You can pay extra money to have Larry
swing. Yeah, maybe we can put him in like a skirt, like a KSU cheerleader's outfit.
Hey, I did not say anything about you wearing a skirt, for the record. You gave me grief about, throwing you under the bus, a couple weeks ago. I was just saying he could hit for people.
Well, I have played in tournaments out at Dogwood Golf Club where if I put on a skirt and
speaking of putting on a skirt,
look who just walked in.
Sit down. Do you got anything to tell us about this fight last week? ATI, he just decided to show up and join us.
Nice of you to show up.
I show up whenever I want to show up.
Yes, currently you do. And you still are allowed to sit down. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I know.
So you have 2 minutes to tell us. Tell us
about everything.
What's going on this week?
Well, we got a lot going on. Tennis today was canceled against Jacksonville State.
Because of the weather?
Yes, because of the weather. So we will play tomorrow at 1 on the Betty Siegel tennis courts. I just came from the KSU lacrosse game. Unfortunately, it did not go the way we hoped. We lost 28-5-6.
And we hope to
Who was
have
that
them on
against?
next week.
That was against Mercer.
They had no Mercer on us.
We
I
don't
haven't
like,
missed this show.
We haven't liked anything
I
out of
really
Macon since
haven't
the
missed
Almond
the show.
Brothers. If it's not
the
the Almond,
Allman Brothers.
if it's not the Almond Brothers or James Brown, we don't care what comes out of Macon. I'm just saying. Or it is James Brown that came out of it.
Yeah.
I got confused and
No,
started
he's
thinking
Augusta.
Little Richard.
I think James Brown's Augusta, not Macon.
Otis Redding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I still don't know who that is. We dropped the
in the
first two
morning
games to
sun.
Ball State on Friday in softball. I think we won one game against Army and maybe one game against UNC Greensboro. Is that correct?
That sounds about right.
Okay. We beat Clemson in the
We've
first
already
game
been
on
over-
Friday. We
we've
beat
already
them
been over
18-1.
We've already been over baseball.
I don't know what you've covered. I'm just
that's why I'm just
giving
telling
you
you.
the sporting report.
And we lost the last two.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But it was a good weekend of KSU sports. We have men's tennis tomorrow, obviously, against Jacksonville State. We've got women's tennis on Saturday. They're also taking on Jacksonville State. We have baseball against Longwood Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then our only home event next week is lacrosse against maybe Longwood. I think the only home event next week is lacrosse.
And I don't
But
think it's on a Wednesday. We hope we're going to have the lacrosse, a couple of the girls, number 16
It is
and
not.
number
It's
18.
on
the show.
Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have the ASUN tournament coming up next week for basketball. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Assuming we beat Queens.
Yeah, I think we have
Yes.
to win that
both
game.
both the men and the women are in a little bit of a precarious position. They both are playing at Queens, and they both need to beat Queens.
To be in the tournament.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, let's get on to our first commercial, and then we'll talk about something even better.
What could be better?
There's
you'll
nothing
find
better
out.
than having me on the show.
It could be that. Here's some Kennesaw Express Lube for the world. There are a lot of places to get your oil changed in the Kennesaw area, but if you're looking for a personal experience, then stop in at Castrol Kennesaw Express Lube or Lost Mountain Express Lube. We'll always do our best to get you in and out quickly, safely, and without a whole lot of fuss. We're a true owner-operated business where you'll find Brian under a car or a hood at one of the shops. We offer experienced, knowledgeable technicians and the latest computer software to help you maintain your new car warranty and keep your pride and joy running for the next 100,000 miles. We proudly offer Castrol products.
And thank you, Brian Bristow, for being a sponsor of the Owls Who Live Sports. You know, we talked about lacrosse and we talked about basketball, we talked about softball, but the one thing we didn't talk about is we now have ASUN champions from the men's track and the women's track, both in the indoor season. So how about a big round of applause for that and a big hooty hoo. There you go. All right.
People on the other side of the bar, they don't even know what I'm hooty-hooing. They just get a little nervous, like, I don't want to not hooty-hoo when he yells it.
You got a hooty hoo if somebody yells it, right?
I think so.
All right, so we got a couple of guys on from the ASUN Championship track team, and we're going to start off with Mr. Justin Campbell. Justin, come on in. Put your hands together for Hootie. Justin. Hootie hoo.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
We're good.
If I was any better, I'd be Justin Campbell. That's how good I am.
It would take a lot for that to happen, Chuck.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
would.
gonna-
Yeah. I'd have to be an athlete and all that stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to learn how to jump because, he doesn't even have like a title. What do you do? I'm in jumps. I always marvel at track and field. It's like, what are you into? I throw, I jump,
I run. I do something. So you jump.
Yeah, so
Yep, cool.
do a long and triple jump. So
Yeah.
I favor triple jump because that's what I came into the first time.
Yeah.
So like, even though it's the harder event, I love it.
Yeah.
And like long jump is like my secondary, but like triple was always like my baby.
So with the triple jump, you got those jumps, and you're trying to maintain and keep your momentum going so that that last jump is. So is the regular long jump just like the very first jump of the triple jump, or you're not so much? And
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just like how you take off the board. Like in long jump, you kind of like want to do a penultimate step, and run through. Like triple jump, like you don't really do a penultimate. You kind of just run through the first phase, so it just comes off all smoothly. But the run is the same before that, though.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. The sprint coming into it.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if you were driving a Lamborghini down in South Orlando,
High Boulevard, International Boulevard.
and he's hanging out, you got to remember this guy. He went to a high school named University. I mean, this is not normal stuff. So, and you've only got one seat. And you pull up on these three girls, and one of them's from Freedom, one of them's from Colonial, and one of them's from Haggerty High School. Are any of those girls getting a ride in that car? Or are you just like, I've seen enough?
Too fast for them.
Too fast for them. Go home, Haggerty.
So you're saying the girls aren't fast, but the car is fast.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I like that. Leaving them on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what Mr. Piscataway has to say in a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, so tell us, growing up in Orlando, did you do any other sports?
Yes, sir, I did. I did football, and that was like my first ever sport. Like when I was young, I wanted to play football.
When you were young, what are you now, old?
He's a grizzled veteran.
Well, back in the day when we had leather helmets.
Oh, in the 40s. But yeah, I just did flag, and then eventually I was like, I want to play tackle. My dad would always put me in. He's like, if you want to do it, don't waste my time doing it. So I just kept playing, and eventually, like, I started going to track. So I was a dual sport athlete.
In high school?
Yes, sir.
Did you play football all the way through 12th grade?
Yes, sir, I did.
I got you. But those were the only two sports, track and field and football?
Yes, sir. And then basketball was just a little hobby. I just like to just shoot around, even though I brick.
So basically, the reason why you're not on the basketball team is because I'm on all these other teams. Because if I wanted to, I'd probably be on the basketball team as well.
Yeah, I actually tried out my freshman year.
Right.
And then, like, my basketball coach, he was a jumps coach. And then he saw me, he was just like, nah, just get on the track.
He's the one that got you in the track?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But now that's a much different jump, a triple jump or a long jump as far as the jump to, go up high. But, do you have, I'm guessing you can jump regardless.
Yeah, I always had, like, the ability to jump. I always long jump, like, when I was, like, 10 years old. Like, long jump was pretty fun. I didn't figure out about
when
triple
you were
jump.
10? Wow.
Yeah, I didn't find out about triple jump till my freshman year. And my brother was a senior, so he was doing triple jump. And then my jump coach said, like, you can do triple jump. And I was like, what? I was like, triple jump. And
Triple?
I was like, I never heard of it. I actually didn't like it because I was like, triple jump, that's probably like some boring
Right.
event to do, whatever. Long jump, light long jump. Then eventually, my sophomore year, I just fell in love with it. I PR'd one time. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but triple jump is just long jump times 3. Because you take 3 long leaps. Is
Exactly.
basically what it says. And you have to land double-footed, flat-footed on the last one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, like, you got to land pretty
This
much like
guy's
how you
too-
land a long jump.
He's way too polite, isn't he?
He is very polite. He hasn't seen this before.
Yeah, he has.
You pretty much land like a long jump, but you land on your non-coordinate leg. So like it's weird when you first start, but eventually you just get used to it.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's way more different than I would have thought.
Yeah.
As far as, the technicality of it. So, do you do both still?
Yes, sir. I still do.
Do you practice both of them on the same day? Or is this one of those things where we were only practicing this one and then we're only practicing, because, you don't want to go back and forth because then you're messing with your mojo of, trying to get your technique right.
Right. Yeah. There's some days I just work strictly on triple or sometimes strictly on long jump, but there's a few days like on jump days I'll do both.
Right.
Maybe like short jumps and like technical stuff. So I've done both.
You're always, but your whole thing is jumps. So, it's like, do people ever go, Justin, just sit down? Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
I gotta jump.
I gotta run. I gotta jump.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, because like I don't like to rest, but like eventually, like as I got older, I'm like, rest is actually just as important as working hard.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I had to put those things together, and when I realized, I was like, okay, it actually helps me.
Yeah,
when I
so
do
you
it.
talk a little bit about the technical aspect of it, because to me, it's just run and jump. But tell us what some of the technical aspects are, what you have to wear, which foot, timing of the foot, that type of thing.
Right. So pretty much when you go into like, for example, like the triple jump, you kind of want to like run off the board, but at the same time cycle your leg. But you don't want to be too quick with your cycle, because if not, you're gonna just cycle real quick, and then you gotta crash into your second phase. That's what they call it. So pretty much you want to like be slow, but when it's time to hit the ground, you want to be quick off the ground, because quicker you get off the ground, you'll get the much power off of it, and it goes through all your phases. And the second phase, a lot of people struggle with in high school, because I see people do like a big first phase,
Right.
and then do like little two-step into the third
baby
one.
step,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the second phase, like, you know, you can jump, you can hold the second phase really well. And the same thing is like holding your second phase, enjoying the ride in there, and then when it's time to hit the ground again, you just kind of just be quick into your third phase. And so it's really technical, and at the same time, you gotta stay upright. You gotta make sure you don't over-rotate. You over-rotate, you gotta fall face plant to the runway or into the sand. Like, and long jump too. Long jump the same way, like pretty much like you don't wanna be too far forward, because if not, that sand's gonna be dessert for you.
But you do have to be leaned just a little forward.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of a forward rotation, but like you don't wanna make it obvious.
Correct. Because then, like you said, you. So tell us a little bit about the recruiting process for you. When did you know you were coming to KSU?
I first knew, well, my senior year, it was a little hard because we're in COVID season, so I didn't have as much like track meets like a typical high schooler would.
Florida was just about shut down all the way through, so
it was real hard. So like every shot, like I got a chance to be out there, it's like, okay, I gotta do something, and it really didn't get to me like till like my third last few meets. Like, okay, now I started hitting the numbers, and then eventually now I went to regionals. Then I broke the school record in regionals. Now I was able to go to states, and I went to states, and then I won. And then eventually, like, that's when like KSU, like, they hit me up, and they were just talking about like, you know, talking about the recruiting process and everything. And plus my brother was here at the same time, so I always heard like our jumps coach, Coach James, talking, oh, your brother's gonna be jumping something pretty far. Hopefully he jumped 48 or something like that. Like, and then when I got here, I was like, oh, he was talking about me like that. I didn't even know that.
So now you said something earlier about you didn't know about the triple jump, and your brother was doing it. He was a senior. So are you guys like 4 years apart, and he was a senior when you came in as a freshman?
Yeah, yes sir, I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now
He's graduated now.
No, he already graduated.
Yeah.
So
is he the reason why you came here? Was it the KSU connection after, you know?
I feel like that played a role into it, but I feel like me like standing out myself in my own way, that I could do it myself without no leverage or anything, really stood out to it at the same time. So I really feel like they went both hand in hand. So I always look up to him and everything, like as like the youngest brother in the family. So he just always really pushed me, and then he just put the ceiling up there so high. So it's not like I don't want to be stressed about like how high the ceiling is, but like I got to just find that ceiling in my own path and my own pavement. So
yeah. So did you look at any other schools? Did any other schools pursue you?
There was a few other little schools, but at the time I was just like, okay, let me just worry about these numbers first, and then whenever they'll find you.
Yeah.
That's all I always thought. Like my dad always said, he
Get
always
my
said,
numbers and they'll find me.
yeah, they'll always find me. Because like my dad, my jumps coach, he came from UM, and he had a school record for triple jump there.
University of Miami?
Yes, sir. So
The U.
yeah.
I was getting ready to start going through. Is that Michigan?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Minnesota?
I should have went in a little detail. Yeah, University of Miami.
The
Florida's
U.
gotta be
The
the U.
U, then
Yeah.
I understand.
We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was another reason why I found it too, like triple jump, because like he said, like if I jump this number, like, you know, he has my jump coach, and then whatever play it out, we'll see how it go. But that wasn't God's plan. God had a different plan for me. So either way, I'm always appreciative with it.
Well, obviously KSU was ecstatic that your brother came here.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you have a brother.
You have a brother.
Well, you know, we're not going to just wait to have you tell him how much fun you're having up here. We're going to go visit him and make sure we start our own relationship. And obviously it's worked out. So
Yeah.
tell us about this past weekend.
Oh yeah, this is probably the most fun I ever had. Like,
You mean
literally-
other than being on this show?
Prior to tonight,
Prior
it was
to
the greatest
tonight.
moment
Prior to
of his
tonight.
life.
yeah, it was
Clearly.
it was so fun. Like literally, like everybody was supporting each other. Like some people lost their voices at the end of the weekend because just screaming, yelling, and like on the runway with my friend
Right.
Skyway. We were always like cheering each other on. Like, let's go out there and get some points. Let's go out there and get some. Like we all of us in the jump squad had like a goal in mind. Like let's go sweep. So, and it was really like everybody brought the energy, and like usually like I'll find my own energy, but like everyone around me like bringing the energy in made me like, okay, now I really want to like go out and do something.
No, you kind of hit on something there. You know, it's one thing when people on your team are like, hey, yeah, you can do it. And there's another thing when people are like, you know, come on, you know, because you can feel that. And there is an intensity. And then, you know, not only did you jump accordingly, but then once you're done jumping, you're like, okay, it's your turn.
Yep.
Come on, you know, and, you know, you give it right back. So that's beautiful.
That's literally how it was. Like, they'll come back, walking back to the bench, and they're like, all right, now you go out there and go do something. Come on, you got it. Come on. And then I'm talking to the next person. Okay, it was a scratch. Sorry, good. Like, if you need to go back a foot, like, you listen to coach, hear what he said, but, like, just go out there and bring it. Don't ever slow down at the ball. Like, we always just bring it. So when we, like, start the clapping, and I usually don't clap like that.
Is this one of those, like, slow clap moments where we just keep... I'd love to be part of that, but I've never been part of a group who has ever done it. I mean, I tried it once.
We'll try it. Cool. We'll do it if you want.
But I can only imagine while you're pumping yourself up, and then all of a sudden you hear the clapping coming over here, knowing it's the guys who you rode the bus with to get here and all that other stuff.
And they're screaming from like 60 yards away, like your name, like you're up. And like, okay, like all eyes are literally on me. They're depending on me to do something. Like, it's special, really.
That's awesome.
It's like a family, like, depending on me for real.
Yeah, it's really cool to be a part of something like that. I mean, like we've said before we actually came on there, we've had a lot of track people on the show. Callie Terza, the Terzanator, she's pretty awesome. Anthony Harrison, the other guy from I think Anthony's from Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
We had that big bad wrestler last year.
Oh yeah, I can't remember.
He was a wrestler.
Franz and Rechsteiner.
Okay.
Hans and Franz.
Hans and Franz to bump you up. No, we've had a lot of guys, and there was a couple who did other sports and kind of morphed into the track and field.
Coach Kell's been on several times too. Yeah, he's a great fan of the show, and we're very happy to have him on anytime he wants to be on, as we are you. So, Mr. Mitchell, I want you to walk down that way for a little bit because I don't want you to hear the next question we're going to ask Justin. So we're going to ask you too. So go outside, like across the street.
Oh, wow.
No, I was kidding. So the question is, who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
Famous person on my cell phone.
I think I know the answer to this.
He doesn't have you in his cell phone.
I feel like it would be, dang, that's a hard question.
Thank you. We pride ourselves on hard questions.
I feel like it would be like my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
That's cool.
'Cause he's a role model. So,
That's
he's
good.
well known around Orlando,
And around Atlanta?
Orlando.
Oh, Orlando?
Yeah.
For what?
Just like how much he like impacts like the athletic community and everything, like so much connections from football to track.
Did he play? Was he an athlete too?
Yeah, he was an athlete. He played at Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd say that's the most famous person I ever had.
All right.
Hey,
that's
put
great.
some more on that Venmo account, Dad. You just got called number one. It doesn't get much better than that.
Now, I've got to ask you this because I've been to Orlando a number of times. What is your favorite place to eat in Orlando?
Actually? Okay. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
I am. There you go.
Have you ever eaten at Charlie's Steakhouse?
I always see it going by, but I just never had like the gut interest. Like, let me go see how it tastes like.
Best pork chops in the world.
Really?
Yeah, well, other than mine. But other than that, the best pork chops I've ever had in my life was at Charlie's Steakhouse.
All right, let me ask you this question. Since you are an Orlando native, Disney or Universal?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah.
No
Universal,
hesitation.
absolutely.
Universal all day.
Absolutely.
I've never been to Universal.
You should go.
Universal has all of the exciting rides.
Mm-hmm.
But Disney's like, hey, how can I make your day better? And so we did like a few days at Disney, and then we went over to Universal, and somebody said something, and the guy looks at us, he's like, yeah, this is Universal. If you want really great attention, you need to go across the street. Thank you very much, sir.
I do like the rock and roll roller coaster at Disney. That's my favorite ride.
Yeah, I like the Velociraptor.
I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't been on that one yet.
I ride roller coasters. It's one of my things. But, that first time when you go inverted above the lake on the Velociraptor and you think, I think it just wrecked. You're like upside down. All you can see is water everywhere. You're like,
which park is that in?
It's in Universal.
Oh, it's in Universal. Oh,
And but you know, it's just one of those things where I think I just died.
Yeah.
I think this is the moment.
Going over the little top hat, I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa.
Orlando's a cool town.
It is.
I've been down there many times. We did some promotions for Sierra Mist. I handed out the first sample ever of Sierra Mist at the TD Waterhouse Arena.
Really?
When the Magic played. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Long time ago. 22 years ago, I think. Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, you weren't around yet. Thank you
How
very
long
much
ago?
for making me feel so young.
Oh.
So let me ask you this. That was so good. I kind of lost my train of thought on that one for a second. I just completely gassed it. I don't know what I was getting ready to say.
I don't either. Oh, most of the people that we talk to, tell us what you liked about Kennesaw when you first visited it.
When I first came, the first thing I noticed is I like scenery a lot. So when I just came and I just see a lot of trees, I'm a nature boy a little bit.
It's a lot different from Orlando.
Yeah, a lot different. It's actually seasonal area, seasonal weather, seasonal everything. So I'm always in Florida. There's never a real winter, real fall. So when I go around the campus and I'm just seeing the trees change
Changing
color
colors, yeah.
and fitting with the campus, it makes the campus look really, really nice. And that was one of the things that really stood out to me, when I was walking around the campus the first time when I came as a freshman.
Yeah.
I was curious to see where that one was going to go. When I first showed up at this college, the scenery was looking really good. It was like, oh, here he goes. Oh, wait, he was talking about actual scenery.
Yeah, not the scenery.
Not the co-ed version of the track and field.
The co-ed version of the scenery. Yeah, that was a different animal. That's fun. Oh yeah, you had a girl from the track and field team.
Oh yeah,
Kaylin.
Yeah. She's a sprinter from Kennesaw Mountain. She's actually a local. Kaylin? It definitely begins with a K.
Yeah, because she's going to be on our kind of decathlon thing that we're going to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. Hey, it's so funny, Justin, because I think you're the first athlete that has ever not said it's the food in the dorms. Because that's what even Coach Petway from the basketball team said. Oh man, the food's awesome, and that's why most of the students we have on the show came.
Really?
And now I remember what I was going to ask you. Where a lot of times people are coming to KSU and they've never been here before. Had you already visited because of your brother?
Yes, sir.
So,
actually did.
So you had already, kind of had the walkthrough. Look at, even though I'm not being tempted or asked any questions as a 10th grader, you're kind of checking everything out.
Yeah, it was funny actually because I remember when we first came to this campus, I was in the back of the car sleeping most of the time through while he's just moving in the room and everything. I'm like, this is too cold. I'm like, and it's crazy. Now I'm here now. It's it's crazy.
And it's cold.
Cold.
You're bundled up.
Yep, in the puffer.
73 4 hours ago, and here it is, 23 degrees or 32 or something like that.
Well, have we asked him about participating in the decathlon?
Not yet. No. We will.
Well, we could do something like that. See, Adam, he's our intern here, and we're going to have a set of competitions against regular or various athletes in their different fields. So maybe at some point in time you could do a long jump competition.
Oh no, it's got to be the triple jump.
No, not the triple jump.
No, it's got to be
just
the
give me the
triple
long jump. Just give me the long jump.
jump.
I know I'm gonna lose.
But yeah, that would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. We love having you guys on there. What do you want to do after you graduate out of KSU?
Hoping I would just jump unattached, kind of just see where I until I get bored of just jumping and everything. Then I probably want to coach in the future whenever I get old. But I want to get into.
There he goes with the old again.
Man, it's weird because he never looks at me. He never looks at me when he says that. He just looks at you, Chuck. So is that future going to happen in the possible Atlanta, Kennesaw area, or as soon as you get your diploma, do you think you're going to head on back to what I consider South Florida? I know it's not by
Central
Floridian standards.
That's why they have University of Central Florida in Orlando.
Yeah, but South Florida's in Tampa, and we know there's a billion other ones that are further south, so I get confused.
I understand.
I don't know actually, but I know like my brother went back home, but he still comes back up here. So I probably will be most likely going like back home and doing all that back there, like going to PT and everything. But who knows? Life happens. So I probably might come back up here.
So much for enjoying the scenery and the.
Yeah. I loved all the scenery, and then I left because I wanted to go
wanted
back
to
to
be
that
back where it's
same
warm,
flat
all the time.
area with no scenery.
Where the oranges are.
So let me ask you this one question that I thought. Oh, and by the way, Kendall Hudson was our track star from Kennesaw Mountain.
Yes, and that's who I'm going to
Kendall
lose to in a
Hudson.
race.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Kendall is actually contemplating
She started
backwards running.
She's
against
the one that
ATI.
started the whole thing.
Oh, man.
No, actually, it was brought up to her, and she just looked at me, and she's like, well, "I'll race him." And I was like, "How about on the sidewalk?" She's like, "Right now."
Because I was on that show.
Oh, correct.
I was
Absolutely.
that's what started the whole thing. She races people for social media.
So my question for you: have you had any conversations with your brother about? You're going to Division I and Conference USA, and you're going to travel to all these other locations that your brother, your brother only went to this many locations,
Right.
and they're all right around
Now
here.
you're going here.
Yeah. You're going all the way to New Mexico, to Delaware, and everywhere in between.
I actually haven't had that conversation with him yet.
Send him a lot of selfies.
But
Every time
I
you go
will.
somewhere, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Did you come here?
Oh,
you didn't.
You
Oh,
never
sorry.
raced here, did you? In capital letters.
Did you come here? Oh, you didn't come here either. So did you just like stay at home the whole? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be taking some pictures, just selfies, showing him. Oh yeah, I'm over here. Okay, yeah, I'm here at UTEP. Okay, I'm in Middle Tennessee. Like,
Racers.
And
Not Middle Tennessee.
The Blue Raiders.
Blue Raiders. Let me ask you this question. Because altitude makes such a difference with kicking a ball or doing this and jumping. There's a couple of those locations that we were talking about, whether it be El Paso or New Mexico, where it is quite high. Have you ever jumped 4,000 feet or a mile high? Because I would imagine the jump is significant,
yeah, I never jumped in that high of altitude before, but I feel like I will feel the difference after doing 6 jumps gas, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because you're going to be short of breath, so
Right.
it's going to be different there. But once you get in the air, you might stay in the air just a little longer. Just a little longer. I don't know. But it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Well,
fun.
we want to hear all about your exploits. So you're a sophomore, right?
I'm a junior.
Junior. So
Yes,
we
sir.
want to hear. Definitely want you back next year and find out what's going on in your life.
Yeah, that
and
sounds good.
and we'll be watching for you. But we certainly appreciate Justin Campbell. Anybody ever call you Soup?
Yep.
Yep.
People have.
Yeah, I'm sure. We appreciate Justin being on the show.
Thank you.
And
so much.
we'll get our next commercial on and bring on Mr. Mitchell. Until then, everybody give a hooty hoo to Justin. Hooty hoo! Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
So let's get Dan Fisher.
Tired of going to the same old places for the same old thing? American Access has your solution. Whether you're looking for something new to do before or after the game, bachelor or bachelorette party, or somewhere new to take those out-of-town guests, American Access has 3 Atlanta locations in Marietta, Tucker, and now in downtown at the Works. Each and every location is conveniently and not coincidentally located next to a brewery. Look us up at American Access or give us a call at 678-763-3635 to schedule your next adventure.
And we thank you, Dan Fisher, for being a sponsor of the 3 guys of the Owls Who Live Sports.
We'd show you that axe, only Jan.
Jan stole our axe.
Jan is running around the restaurant with an axe.
Yeah, where is our axe? Jan, oh, where it is. Hand us that axe right there behind you, Mr. Mitchell. Thank
There
you
we
so
go.
much. American Axes. Thank you, Dan Fisher. All right.
Absolutely.
Are you happy now?
I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right. All right, so I think we're on track with our guest tonight.
Oh,
so,
man, he is
Oh, I think that was good.
witty as can be and not for sale.
I'm for sale.
He's not like Run DMC. He's just witty, but he is for
there
sale.
you go, yeah. All right, so let's get on to our next track star, Kellen Mitchell. Come on in. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
And we pronounce your name right, Kalen?
Yes, sir.
All right, beautiful.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So, did you bring the cold air here, or you're already getting cold by this, right? You've been here too long?
Yes, sir. Been here too long, man. But I think I did. I think I did bring it with me a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's all right. I like a little cold air every now and then. I don't like heat as much as I used to.
Let me ask you this question. Same question as your buddy answered. You're driving a Lamborghini. You're going down the road, and all of a sudden, you see these 4 girls out on the side of the road, right?
Right.
You got one from Edison, and then you've got the 3 directional schools from Brunswick, whether it be west, north, or south Brunswick. Any of those girls getting in the Lambo?
No, none of them.
Are you going to even, like, slow down to let them see who you are?
Nope.
You know, smile at them real quick? You're just gunning it right by them.
I'm going.
I like it. True to your school. Be true to your school.
Beach Boys. There you go.
Beach Boys.
No, I would pull up to him and say, "See this car? You're not getting in." And I would scratch off.
I knew a guy one time who had a Corvette when I was really young, and I said something about how fast he goes. No, it turns out if I drive really fast, nobody knows who's driving. So I like to go real slow.
Let everybody
All
see
right.
it.
I didn't know that's how it works.
That's cool.
So how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Tell us about your journey from Piscataway, right?
Yes, sir.
Down
Jersey.
Jersey.
He's a Jersey guy.
He's
Jersey.
a Jersey boy. So how did you get from Piscataway to Rah-Rah, Kennesaw?
Man, so it really started with I would say NCSA. It was a recruiting website actually, and basically during my recruiting process, I was actually looking at different schools, and Kennesaw came up, and I actually seen my Coach James Talkington. I seen his profile, and I decided to give him a shout. So kind of just went up from there, really.
But you didn't know where Kennesaw was when it popped up on the screen. It was just because you knew a name that was there.
Yes, sir. So really, I just was looking for as many Division I schools as possible, and I seen Kennesaw, and I just thought might as well reach out. It doesn't hurt. So.
And what were the other schools that were being approached?
Oklahoma, Florida State, Alabama, UAlbany, and Southern Miss.
Yeah, that's some pretty respectable schools there.
Yeah. I would say very respectable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, what was the clincher when you first came to Kennesaw, Georgia? What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were, man, this school is beautiful. I really like
the scenery, like your friend was talking
Are you talking about the
yeah.
same type of scenery or the other scenery?
All of the above.
All the above.
I would really just say it's the campus. I really love the campus. Just the environment. It wasn't too small for me or too big like any of the other schools, and that really caught my attention. And I felt like I would really find my fitting, and I would adapt coming to Kennesaw.
What do you remember? What month it was? Because that would make, if you left Piscataway, you came down, wow, this place is great.
I think it was around March.
Okay.
Around March,
so
yeah.
it could have been cold and nasty, and you came down to a beautiful 75-degree day with flowers
scenery
blooming
walking
everywhere.
around.
Scenery walking in every direction.
That's funny. Where is Piscataway? It's pretty close to the city, isn't it, to New York?
Yes, sir. We're only 30 minutes out from New York, but Piscataway is central Jersey, so that's right near Rutgers University. Pretty much. It's literally 5 minutes from my house.
Oh, Rutgers?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's cool. I think I've been there by the Rutgers.
Did you wear a
campus
lot of
before.
scarlet when you were young?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Just checking.
So you come down here and you enjoy it. You met Coach Kell. Was he the first coach you met?
Yes, sir.
A great guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what was it that he said, or what was it other than the scenery that attracted you?
He was just really supportive. I would say throughout the recruiting process, he was very, very welcoming to me. Welcoming me into the Owl family, and we were just ready to work. Just get down to Kennesaw and just get to business, really.
Yeah. Now, did you visit any of these other schools, FSU or Oklahoma, or?
No, sir.
Okay. I've been to the Oklahoma campus, so they got some pretty nice scenery out there, too. I imagine Florida State
And
does
I don't
as
think
well.
he's talking about the trees, because I don't think there's any trees in Oklahoma, but that's a different
No,
story.
they've all got blown down by tornadoes and stuff in Oklahoma, yeah. But I have been to the Norman campus. It's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but we're obviously tickled to death that you're here at KSU. Did you play any other sports in high school?
Yes, sir. I did. I played basketball and football. So
Yeah.
basketball, football, track guy.
All through high school?
It was
That's
really
a-
just football and track, pretty much. I tried out for the basketball team my freshman year, but I just stopped after that.
Yeah.
So you guys have that same connection where you're claiming to be basketball players, but the other
Kobe
two
wannabe.
sports got in your way.
Yes, sir.
Well, because you're dominating those sports, I think that's an okay answer.
Yeah, tell us about last weekend and you setting the record.
Man, last weekend was great. Like, just the atmosphere, just the team environment. Everybody was just like, the energy was there.
And I don't think Justin told us where was the meet.
It was in Gainesville, Florida.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you get? Is it actually in? I guess they have a separate track, not in the swamp.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you get to go by the swamp and look at it and all that
No,
stuff?
sir.
I'm a big college football fan, so I'd love to go see what that's all about.
It would have been nice.
But nice facilities in Gainesville.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Warmer than this.
Way warmer. We left, and then we came back, and we were like, man, it's cold. And we were just like, we wish we were back in Florida again because the weather was just crazy.
And obviously, it didn't hurt you, but how is that when you're training and we'll say in 40-degree weather and you're feeling good about yourself, all of your stuff, everything's lining up, and then you get off the bus and it's 80. This isn't does that mess with your mojo, if you will, because you've been training in cold weather. You're like, wow, it's already hot. I haven't even started jogging yet, or you're just comfortable and you're ready to roll.
Well, I'm from Jersey, so to me it was just I was comfortable. I was like, man, I love it down here. I could be down here all year, all month. Like, it was just good. So
your buddy, he was finally warm for the first time in a while.
Yeah, that's not too much. What, an hour away from Orlando?
Yeah,
Gainesville, pretty close. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Shands Teaching Hospital, they used to be a client of mine. They were down there on that campus. Very, very pretty area. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
But I said area. So you're back home now. When's your next meet? Indoor season's over, right?
Indoor season.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So when does outdoor season start?
So the first meet for me would be March 22nd through the 23rd. What is it called? That
guy knows.
Don McLean, sing American Pie.
Bye bye. No. Yeah, McGarity.
Don
Is it McGarity?
That's what it is, Don McGarity.
I think. I haven't found it yet. I just kind of hit me.
I just got hit with some snot in my nose.
McGarry.
Larry blowing in my ear.
No T in there, McGarry.
And where is that? At Tech?
this is
No, it's
home
here.
meet.
It's here.
Yes,
it's
sir.
here.
That's our tournament.
Okay. All right.
So you have
I'm
that?
coming. I'm coming to watch that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
You got this is an exciting outdoor. We've got the home invitational, and then we go to the Tuscaloosa,
Oh, yeah.
and then Lexington, and then Jacksonville, and then ASUN Championships in Arkansas.
Arkansas. They do a lot of elephant hunting in Alabama. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Chuck.
because the Tuscaloosa in Alabama. So.
Wow.
It just gets better. It just keeps getting better.
But eat Dreamland barbecue if you can when you're in Tuscaloosa. Great
sure.
barbecue.
Yeah, I assure you, my friend here, my new friend and friend of the show, is not going to be eating a lot of. Hey, you getting ready to jump? Yeah, I'm going to jump, but I'm going to eat a couple plates of barbecue first.
He can eat after the meet.
Well, that's true, but
Yeah,
he'll probably be getting on a bus and coming home and celebrating.
True.
Well, I'll tell Coach Kell to run him by Dreamland.
So now
Cool
you were
place.
here. You came in 2019.
2021.
Okay, so you were not a COVID fifth-year guy either.
No, sir.
So both of you will only get the 4 years.
Yes, sir.
Would you have taken a fifth year? I mean, that's kind of a weird thing.
I think I would.
Some athletes do and some athletes don't. And, it's just kind of who you are and what path you're planning on going. It's pretty wild, though.
So you a junior as well?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wow. So one more season after this. Now you do indoor and outdoor, right?
Yes, sir.
So you'll do that again in 24, 25.
Yes, sir.
All right. Beautiful.
And are you excited about all of the new places you will be,
Yes.
traveling to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's going to be crazy.
It's going to be awesome.
I was going to say, where's the furthest place you've traveled? But probably from Piscataway to here, the longest trip. But where have you liked to run that you'd like to go back and run to? Gainesville?
Gainesville was nice. I think I would actually go to Texas relays.
Oh yeah, they.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In Austin?
In
Austin, yes, sir.
Were you part of that? Did you
Yes,
go to
sir.
Austin last year?
Yes, sir. So we went to Austin, but I competed at Texas State, so that was like 30 minutes.
It was the
out.
same week. Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Yeah, I
same
remember
week.
that,
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's crazy how we remember things.
Yeah. Well, we have good guests on
We
the
do.
show.
We do. And it was happening during that week.
Yeah, that's cool. So we asked Justin this question. We'll ask you the one I sent you down the hall for.
Okay.
Who's the most famous person in your cell phone?
Ooh. Probably say my mom.
Bam!
Yeah.
Mom. So we've got a dad
and
a mom. That's
mom,
pretty cool.
Mom, hook up that Venmo card now. I mean, it does not get better than this. Your kid went 1,000 miles away, is dominating sports, and still says you're the reason why he wakes up every day. That's beautiful stuff.
That
That's
is beautiful stuff. Is your mom, was she an athlete as well?
Yes, sir. Yeah, she ran track back in the day. So
Is that what inspired you to run track? Or
I say, yeah, pretty much. My parents, they both, pursued me, or
Pushed you.
Push me. Push me, yeah.
Push might be the wrong word.
yeah.
They told you to jump, and you jumped.
I
It's like, wow, he jumped really good. Jump again.
Yeah.
so you said that it was not this past weekend, but the previous weekend when you won the ASUN championship, and then the next meet is the 23rd of March.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do between now and then?
So right now it's really just like getting my treatment in, making sure I'm taking care of my body. That's the main thing. Staying away from any injuries or anything, and just training hard. You know what I'm saying? So,
And you do the triple jump and the long jump as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Do you have a favorite?
long jump.
Yeah. Because that's your one to set the
pretty
record
wild.
in, right? Yeah.
But opposite of your friend. That's kind of wild.
Yes, sir.
So would you say that you're not eating a lot of Whataburger burgers currently? I mean, is it like in between seasons you're trying to rest but stay active? I mean,
Yes, sir.
where does that line? Are you more about training right now, or more about recovery from your indoor season?
So it's a little bit of both, like just really recovering and training hard at the same time to make sure that I'm stronger for this outdoor season, because indoor season, it takes a toll on your body. Like, it's very long, a lot of traveling. So
And I don't know what I talk about, but it's never stopped me before. Would you say the indoor season is like Canadian football and the outdoor season is like the Super Bowl?
Yes,
so
sir.
I mean, it's all great doing great things in indoor, but
Right.
but you're just preparing for outdoor, because
Yes, sir.
that's where
yeah, outdoors where it happens for real. Like,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
So are you guys the favorite for the ASUN championship outdoors too? Is there that much of a difference, or?
I would say we're the favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just guessing since you got both of them from the indoor. Maybe there's a chance.
That's what I'm thinking, but he also says it's very different.
Oh,
so, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And we know just from being on the show, there's certain people who compete in indoor and they won't compete in outdoor. And,
Callie, right?
That's correct.
Because
She's
Callie
saving,
didn't do indoor, but she'll do outdoor. Isn't that right?
correct, because she was saving her eligibility for next year. It's the opposite of that, I believe.
She did indoor this year. She's redshirting outdoor. She'll do.
Outdoor
She's
next year.
redshirting indoor next year, and she'll do outdoor.
Correct.
Okay.
But yeah, so, it's, I don't know, it's crazy.
Because she's trying to prepare for USA's.
Yeah.
And WWE. Did you know she had an NIL deal with WWE?
Yes, sir.
She's
That's
a piece,
awesome.
She's a piece of work, isn't she?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. So, what are your aspirations and goals? I mean, do you want to go? Can you be a pro track racer?
I believe I can.
Yeah.
The goal right now this year is to make the Olympic team. That's still the goal.
Yeah.
I told myself this goal probably
For this summer's Olympics?
for this summer's
Absolutely.
Olympics. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So tell us what does that avenue look like? What's
So-
the first thing you have to win to get to the next thing?
So pretty much I have to jump 8 meters to actually make it to the U.S. trials. That's the first goal.
So if anybody in a sanctioned event this spring, who jumps 8 meters automatically gets invited to?
Automatically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many people because we don't understand these types of numbers, how many people are going to jump 8 meters?
Maybe like at least 16 people, at least.
But maybe 25?
But maybe 25.
Is Justin one of them?
I believe Justin can jump 8 meters.
It's one of those things, when you don't know what 8 meters is like, it's like talking to somebody who's like, they're smiling and laughing. I don't know.
Tell us what 8 meters is in
22 and a half feet
That's
or
like
something?
27 exact.
27.
27 exact.
Wow, that's a long jump.
I am not jumping 27
I
feet.
know.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, because you're not doing the triple. That'd be the long jump. So we're going to have you do the triple.
I think they'll outjump me in the triple by a good 5 meters.
I think he can
5
outjump you in the
meters.
long
Yeah.
jump what you can do in the triple jump.
I think your triple jump might not get to the line.
That's what I said for the long jump.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It could be fun. It could be fun.
Yeah.
Am I even going to make the sand?
Possibly.
Man, if you don't, I'd wear some knee pads, because you do not want to
hurt.
land on that thing.
That's going to hurt. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So, what's your longest so far?
My longest jump is 24.11 right now.
Oh, so you got to add a foot and an inch, 2 feet and an inch.
2 feet an inch, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that's the longest of your career.
Yes, sir.
And so, what's going to get you over the hump? Is it just the
over the
training? Is it your body's finally ready?
I would really say it's my landing. I have like a really bad landing. Like,
Okay.
I have a very it's like a crash landing pretty much.
Okay.
But pretty much it's just like working on like the approach, just hitting my top speed. Coach Talkington, he's been trying to work with me on like trying to lift towards the last couple steps and just full steam ahead.
Well, it
pretty
sounds
much,
like
yeah.
if you're not having a really pretty looking landing,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're hitting top speed and you're just kind of,
Yes, sir.
hurling yourself.
Yes, sir.
Like, do you kick like when you're in the air? Like I see these guys.
Yes,
and
sir.
trying to get that last little inch out of it.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then it's a perfect piece of sand, and whatever is closest to the jump off. So if you fall backwards and your head hits, that's where the measurement comes from.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So you always try to fall forward.
just fall forward,
So
like
it's-
just keep everything in front of me.
So
Pretty
it's
much.
measured from your heel.
Oh, yes,
Basically,
sir.
right? That's where they measure it.
If you land
If
correctly.
you land correctly,
if you land
yeah.
properly, yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is. It's such a cool sport because you don't think that much about it. I mean, I was a basketball player and played some football in junior high and stuff, and ran a little bit of track.
The
but-
Burge here could have been on the track and field team, but he decided he was going to play basketball, unlike you gentlemen.
Absolutely, yeah. So I went the other way. But it was cool. It was always fun to go out and watch. And we did it in PE. We had
Yeah.
there was no PE, and we played battle ball and we ran outside and ran track, and that was basically it in PE. And softball, and it was crazy. But track was always fun to watch.
Yes,
I
sir.
always went to the meets and stuff to see my high school participate.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Outside of the two of yourselves, which obviously there's a very strong chance based on everything I've heard, you will be at Olympic trials. Outside of the two of you, and I'll say we'll take Callie Terza out of the conversation because, man, all we talk about on the show is Callie Terza.
Sorry, Callie.
She comes on the show all the time. We just keep talking about her. Outside of the three of you, is there an athlete on your track team that you go, that person's probably might have a foot, be wearing an American flag shirt soon?
Yeah. I would definitely say Anthony Harrison.
Anthony Harrison.
Yes.
We've had him on the
Anthony's
show.
been on
He's
the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, well, he said he needs to plan ahead. He wants to come back on,
Yeah.
but he's got these Wednesday night meetings. So.
all I know is that Kalen just answered, and Justin is right over his shoulder, and he's nodding the whole time. So Anthony, you got two nods on that one. That's awesome.
Jersey and New York. Look at that. Wouldn't that be something? That two kids from Jersey and New York come to Kennesaw State and make the Olympics.
And then Velociraptor shows them around town when they get on that. I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time to come down and appreciate Coach Kell reaching out to you and having
Yes,
you guys
sir.
on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Congratulations on a great indoor season,
Absolutely.
gentlemen.
Thank
and
you.
Big time rooting for you on the outdoor rink.
Thank you.
And let's once again have a big hooty hoo for Kalen and Justin. Hooty hoo! Thank you, brother. That was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you.
Don't run off. We want to talk to you after.
All right.
So another great show, Robert.
Can't beat it.
Yep.
I mean, you can't. I mean, the only way you could beat it is if we wouldn't have been here and they'd have just been.
And
talking.
they just been sitting over here talking by themselves.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're just facilitators.
We are just facilitators, and when you got really good people to talk to, that's all you need.
Yep, it is. So here's hoping the KSU men's and women's basketball teams are successful at Queens. I think one's Friday and one's Saturday. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
I think the women play Friday and the men play Saturday.
Yep. So we'll be pulling for them. And, of course, all the other teams that are going on. We got tennis, I think Adam said tomorrow. And a lot of good things going on.
There's a chance the men might be playing on Friday and the women are playing on Saturday. I don't know why, but I got this beatnik that I love to listen to. Maynard G. Krebs, he knows everything.
I hope that the men aren't playing Friday.
But, I just...
Because if the men are playing Friday, I'm not going to be there.
You're going to...
I'm going to baseball. I have to be at baseball.
But the game's in Charlotte anyway. Were you going to Charlotte?
No. Baseball is home
I didn't
against
say baseball,
Longwood.
was
The
it?
basketball games.
Basketball
are
games.
Oh, I
are
thought
gone.
you were talking about tennis.
Yeah. No.
He's got so many sports. He doesn't know what it's going on.
I have to keep track of all the
I
sports.
can't wait to see you on that tennis court in the ATI decathlon. Can you return that?
And the volleyball.
There's going to be some fun
awesome.
ones.
That would
There's
be
gonna
a
be some fun
blast.
ones.
All right. Carrick, you want to come on and say anything? We'll get Carrick on for a quick second. He can tell us even more about the golf tournament on June 10th at Dogwood Golf Club, the Owls Initiative. We had Teddy Parrish on last week.
Did you?
Yeah, Teddy was awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I need to. I just want y'all to know before I talk about the Owls Collective Golf Tournament, the world's greatest golf course, Dogwood Golf Club, Austell,
Absolutely.
Georgia.
I heard about that.
Monday, June the 10th at 9:00. The Alumni Association has volunteered me to play a game of horse, but we're going to call it Owls against Teddy. So I need to
we
trash
gotta
talk
cover that up.
Teddy, and I just know I'm going to beat him, even though he played college ball here, and I just played junior varsity at the mighty Sprayberry High School.
Okay.
So
Can I give
The
you one
mighty
piece of advice right off the bat?
yes, please. I'm taking all advice.
Well, this is good because I just recently saw the old McDonald's commercial between Bird and Jordan,
These
where
guys
they're
are good.
where they're playing for the sandwich, and you got to make sure you start off right off the bat, and no dunking. you don't want to get an above the rim game with Mr. Parrish.
Well, he claims now. I think he's trying to mess with my head. He claims he
might.
can't dunk anymore.
Well, he could probably still get pretty high above
Yeah.
the rim to do something. You
Yeah.
just want to make sure that you're,
Yeah.
doing
Well,
more trick
I'm just going to
shots.
try. I'm going to be running my mouth like Larry Bird when he's doing stuff. So.
I would like to be around for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll be quite the classic.
When will this take place, Carrick?
It has not been set. They're still working on it. But Teddy Parrish, I want you. So,
Teddy, look at that.
Yeah, Teddy, you're going down.
And they used to say Bird used to make, he was the best
Trash talker there
trash
ever
talker
was.
ever
Yeah.
with a mouth like a sailor. I don't think this mouth is going to be quite like a sailor when he's trash talking on you, but it's going to
especially
be
since I'm chairman of the deacons this year.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I might quote Bible verses on you, Teddy.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
rain hellfire.
Yes.
Put those earplugs in, Teddy.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Anything else
But
you want to
anyway,
share
we do
with us?
have a Owls Collective Golf Tournament on Monday, June the 10th at 9 a.m. at Dogwood Golf Club to raise money for the collective.
And that's on a Monday?
That's on a Monday,
I
so
will
the
not be in town.
proceeds will be going to the collective, and some of it you can designate to a particular sport. But, we need some of it to go just to general operations so we can pay expenses. So
Right? You gotta have a little bit that is not earmarked, so you have a little bit of flexibility and wiggle room.
correct, yes.
Awesome.
So,
Will there be a winner of this golf tournament?
yes,
Or-
there will.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Maybe I will play.
It's
Yeah.
best ball. You might
Maybe
get.
I will play.
You need to get Mr. Katrick to
Yes,
play
that's
with you.
exactly what I was thinking.
And just
Ooh,
tell
could
him
I
you'll
get somebody from the golf team to play with me?
You probably could, but just tell him you'll be the D player.
D can stand for so many things.
Yes, A, B, C, D player. So
I'm the E player. There's only 4 people on the team, sir. I understand that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
anyway,
the E.
All right. Well, another great show, Robert.
Absolutely, sir.
As always, Carrick, thanks for stepping in for a minute.
Thank you.
for all you
And
do,
don't
Carrick.
forget, next Wednesday night, right here at 7 o'clock, hope to have the lacrosse team on. We had talked to them last week when they were sitting at our table when we got through eating.
As soon as we shut this off, we start cleaning everything up, and they came and they were like, "We gotta have your table," and then it was all these girl lacrosse players.
Number
coming in.
16 and number 18. So hopefully we can get them on next
Well,
week.
we need Coach Manus back on, and then we need the girls from Mill Creek, Aislinn and Lauren. They need to be
And we
on.
need
got-
Coach Cahill on.
I've got
our
Yes,
new
the new
soccer
soccer
New
coach.
soccer
Coach,
coach.
yes.
Congratulations to our new soccer coach.
I keep calling Laura Manus. She needs to call me back, and
Yeah.
we'll get that arranged. But hopefully by next Wednesday, we'll have some lacrosse girls on the show. Until then, have a big week, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 7. Hooty hoo!
Hooty hoo!